different wrestling moves, what techniques are involved. We're going to be going with takedowns, drills that help get the takedowns, and things that really make a move technically sound. And in order to do any move, I always feel that persistence overcomes resistance. So drills are a very, very important part of any wrestling move that you plan to learn. So anything you see here, take it piece by piece. Break it down if you have to break it down into the numbers. We'll try and do that as we're going through a tape. We're going to be talking and kind of demonstrating the moves over and over to you and going into various points. I'm Frenchy, and helping me is Cecil and Bones, my trusty assistants, and they'll be demonstrating the moves while I'm doing the narrating of the tape. So the first thing I'd like to start out with is a drop step, because the drop step is probably one of the most important moves as far as takedowns are concerned. Takedowns, number one, have to be close, within a touching distance of your partner. Not reaching out, not diving or sprawling on your stomach. That's the important part. Okay, let's go to Cecil right now. And Cecil's going to demonstrate the drop step. The first step is out, and then the foot that you step with is a knee that goes down. Notice the back knee over here never touches the mat. From this point, he recovers back on the other foot and comes up, hips in. Boom. That's your drop step. Drop step all in one move looks like this. Step, knee down, up. It's kind of like an airplane where you're diving as a dive bomber and then coming back up. One more time now. Step, knee down, back up. Good penetration. Okay, now to demonstrate this penetration, I'm going to ask Bones to come in here. And the very most important part, let's get it where you're in touching distance now, okay? The most important part of the drop step is that Cecil, watch my hand here, steps in between the feet. Right here, knee down, and pushes them back up, and there's his drop step. Now notice, whenever Cecil's coming back up, his chest is driving into Bones right here. And that's what gives it the full power and momentum. If the foot is stepped too far away, if it's stepped too far away, he can't get the good penetration to back him up. Boom. This is generally what happens with elementary wrestlers, and even junior high and senior high wrestlers. You'll see this quite often. Coaches, if you're looking how to get your son, your wrestler off his belly, tell him get close. The very first step is the most important part, right there. Step, knee down, back up, jump. All right? That's how we do our drop step. Now let's just go ahead and continue on from the drop step. We're going to go into a double leg takedown first, right off the drop step. And then, thank you. And then we'll go into a single leg takedown and different variations, how you can come around, back heel trip or whatever from there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a double leg takedown. And basically it just comes off the drop step again, right here. Good penetration, dump, boom. Notice Cecil recovers over, always falling like a cat. If you drop a cat from a building, he's going to land on all four paws. He may splatter on the sidewalk, but still he's on all four paws. So that's why he's going to do it again. He's going to step, knee down, pop, right there. Recover. Always recovering over. Okay, now let's go into the single leg. Now the single leg, I like to come around to the one side or the other rather than the inside. Always having the head or the ear right up against the groin or the belly of your opponent on the single leg. Okay? Now Cecil can do one of two things. He can either step in between or step to the outside. If they have the same leg, Cecil may want to come to the outside to do the drop step. In other words, when I'm saying the same leg here is, notice his foot here, and Cecil's foot is the same size Okay, so Cecil's first step isn't going to be between the legs here, but it's going to be to the outside. Now, if Cecil has the opposite foot out, he wants to step in between. In other words, his lead foot is going to point to the direction whether he's going to come to the outside or to the inside. Right here, he's set up to the inside, the other way, to the outside. Okay, and that's in steps. Now, if you get into that, more likely you'll be into junior high moves and junior high technique, but I wanted to show you that just so that you can understand the difference. Okay, it's a step, knee down, come around to the side, boom, right there, recover. Always recovering around the back. You want to put pressure on your opponent right away. Step, up to the side, knee down, boom, right away. And notice one other thing that I'm kind of leaving out. Whenever Cecil comes around to the side, come around to the side, right here, he's going to hug that knee or that leg right into his chest as hard as he can. That's what locks the bones his knee in and breaks him down there. Watch it one more time. Okay, you know what? Let's turn the whole way around so that you guys are facing the camera here. All right? He's going to shoot. Right here, freeze, right here. Notice Cecil is locking in this part of the knee, right in here. He's above the kneecap. All right? Once he squeezes this and puts the pressure down, bones have to go forward. So that's what gives him the takedown on that. All right, now the outside or the inside single, that was the outside. The inside single is coming in between the legs, right here, all right, and then coming around again. You can heel trip right there. Good. Okay. Basically, the inside single is more of like the double leg, a football tackle, you could call it. There really isn't a whole heck of a lot of technique, but to lock that knee in against his chest. That's the only way that Cecil's going to stop the knee and lock it in place. That's one important thing on a single leg. If you can lock that knee straight out, anytime you can lock the knee straight out, like this, and block it, because the knee can either go forward or backwards. It can't go side to side. So if he's locking that knee of bones up against his chest and reaches behind the heel, he wants to grab it right behind the heel here, not up here on the ankle or up on the calf or anywhere else. He wants to lock his hand right at the bottom of the mat, right where the foot, the heel hits the mat. That's where he's going to lock it at. Okay? He's going to do the drop step. Boom. Come. Right here, look at the heel. Boom. Right there. Great move, guys. Always recovering over. All right, let's stop for that.
Stop.
All right, this here time what we're going to do is we're going to show you probably the major mistake of any wrestler. And I mean elementary, junior high, and wrestling. And I've even seen it in college matches. Very seldomly there, though. But I would say probably 60 to 75% of the boys that shoot in for a double leg end up on a belly smacker. And the reason is that first step, that very first step, if it isn't in between the feet, right here, if it is not here, then that means he's going to be hitting a belly smacker. So this is right where you want to take that first step. Just like when the boy was a little baby and his very first step, his parents took pictures of it and really said, wow, this kid's going to walk, he's going to run, he's going to be a normal, healthy boy. The parents were very excited. The same way with the wrestling coach. A wrestling coach is very excited whenever you take that first step in a proper position, right between feet. If not, this is what happens. Step too far away, throw, and boom. Cecil now here is hitting the belly smacker. Okay? And that comes, number one, from not having that step close enough. Not being close enough to touch your partner. The second thing, and this is what I'm trying to lead you into now, is the sprawl. Okay? Whenever Cecil shoots in, Bones is going to sprawl. Let's get the camera a little more on Bones. Right there, okay? Now go ahead and shoot in right here. Sprawl. Okay? Notice his hip is down. His one hip is down. We call that putting your hip in the opponent's ear. All right, this hip is down, the leg is straight out. The other leg, it doesn't matter, it can be straight out or bent, whatever feels comfortable for the wrestler. From this position, what Cecil or Bones would like to do is spin around and come around. All right, get his control right here. Okay, good. All right, again, that comes from the sprawl. I'm going to show you a good drill here. Cecil, would you like to show him the sprawl drill? That's how the drill is, all right? From the front, Cecil is going to sprawl, feet up, hip down, right there. Back up, all right? Again, notice one hip is down. Watch whenever he hits, one hip is down. Boom, right there. Back up, recover. Okay? From the side, it looks like this. Okay? Sprawl, hip down, back up, cover. Hip down, boom, back up. All right? This is the best way to sprawl because you're having most of your momentum and your power drive into your opponent's head, forcing it down into the wrestling mat. Again, this is what it looks like put all together. Bones, you want to sprawl? See? Double leg. Shoot, sprawl, spin, come around. Always cover over. Always, always, always cover over. Okay? Good. One of the great moves that I really like coming off of a good sprawl is a double underhook. And the double underhook is caught as soon as you see the boys coming in. Both arms are inserted underneath his armpits and up around the back, if at all possible, okay? And then just drive him over to his back. Put it together, it all looks like this. Shoot, sprawl, double underhook, and run it over. Right here, all right? Good. Now, that is the move that it'll work off real good. If you got a boy looking for the double underhook right away, if he's afraid to shoot, this is a great defensive, offensive move. Okay? He's afraid to shoot, he's afraid to touch, he's afraid to get in too close. So this is what you're going to do. Try and catch him underneath the armpits. Can we try this real slow, guys? Okay, step too far away, Bones catches him, sprawls, comes out to the side, and runs it over. Okay, now this here time, what I'm going to show you is just start off your knees, guys. Okay? The double underhook comes from, wait a second, let's back off there a little bit. All right, get back up on your knees. All right, the arm comes underneath here and around the back. All right? Now, you are not allowed to lock the hands right here. This is illegal. You can lock them underneath the armpit if you want to, locking the hands together. All right? All right, just push one arm over his back.
Oh, this way.
Yeah. All right, you're allowed to lock it to the side, but you are not allowed to lock it in the middle. All right? Because it's a potentially dangerous move. So the best way to do this is just point your hands straight across the spinal column in this here type of fashion. You're still having the same pressure as if they would be locked, but you're prying on your fingertips, and that will really help work the move by prying on the spinal column here. Okay, right here, Cecil Bones has both arms double underhook. What he wants to do, let's post out here. Yeah. We're going to, you can take this move, by the way, that way or this way. But what makes the move work is posting the one leg up. Okay, this is really what makes the move work. And drive one hand completely across the back, right here, and don't ever let go of the double underhook. From this position, it gives you a pinning combination. The double underhook works real well. All right, one more time, I'm going to show you from the knees. Right here, post the leg, drive one hand over the back, boom, right here, climb over. Okay? Good. Double underhook from a double leg, or even you could work it from a single leg takedown. But one of the things that really works with any wrestlers is a move that we call bundles. Bundles comes from a single leg that a guy hit. He shot too far away and he doesn't have good penetration. So can we move the whole way around here? Okay. What Cecil's first move is to cross face him. Always cross face anytime off the single leg. Now the other arm comes around and he locks his hands together, pulling Bones' arms underneath. He's bundling up those arms. Now he's going to walk towards the back and give a hip bump, boom, right there. Turn it over and just screw the arms right around. The most important part of this move is the hip bump. Making the hip bump forces the arm to come bundled in a lot tighter. Okay? In other words, if I'm here, come here, bump. All right, I'm here, and this is the move in itself. This arm's across, this arm underneath. Okay, so I have one arm on this side of his arms and one arm on that. I'm going to lock them up right in here. All right, right here is what gives me my move. Whenever you bump his hip, that forces the arms tighter, right in here. At this point, it may feel uncomfortable, but do not leave it go. Do not let the arms come unlocked once you're in there. Once you're there and you have the man knocked down to his side, you walk right around the front, bump the hip, walk around the opposite way, keeping the arms tight. And locks up your pinning combination right here. Let's go through it again. Okay? Bones has a single leg. Cecil comes in with cross legs, bundles up both arms, bump on the hip, walk around the front, and screw them arms in real tight. And that's what gives you your pin right there. Good job, guys. Nice work. Important moves. I feel that every wrestler will hit, at least, be in this type of a position, at least 10 times this year alone. Their first year, they'll be in this position at least 10 times. High school wrestlers, junior high school wrestlers, they could inevitably be in this here type of a setup, this type of a move, once every match, as a minimum. In this here move, we call it a barrel roll. A barrel roll is simply grabbing underneath the opponent's arm and locking it underneath yours, going up around inside of his armpit like you were on the double underhook. Okay, this arm's over, this arm's under. Doing the sit out and the hip hike to cover over. A good demonstration of this here would be to show you how a shadow wrestler would do a barrel roll all by himself. Okay, he would set up in a position like this. Start with his arm grabbing the opponent's arm right in here with this hand. This hand here is off the mat because he's going to be putting it up. Now the only movement that Cecil is to make at this point is just a sit-out. This move is done from just a sit-out. Right here, Cecil raises the knee up a little bit, boom, comes around, hip hike to cover over. Okay, this is a real good demonstration on how the barrel roll works. And it's a very, very, very high percentage move, and it has a lot of good qualities. And so, I don't know, it's just a fantastic move. Again, with the barrel roll, locking up the arm, okay, posting the leg, doing the sit out, boom, hip hike, cover over, okay. Now he's going to get Bones in here now, okay, and do it from the side, guys, so that everybody can see more or less what Cecil's doing. All right. Right here, this side, Cecil is underneath the armpit, right here. That's all he is. It's right underneath. His hand could be on a hip, it could be on a back, it could be on a thigh. It's irrelevant at this point. Okay, let's turn completely around and show where the arm is locked. Right in here, Cecil is grabbing the bicep, not the elbow. Not the elbow. He's grabbing up here on the bicep, and he's locking it in with his elbow. This is what's locking it in, right here. Okay, try it again. Right here, lock it in. Right here. A good, tight arm makes this move very effective. Now, from a coach's standpoint, you're pulling down here. You're pulling down here, and you're going to do the sit-out the opposite direction. Ready? Sit out, hip hike, cover over. Okay? Now let's do it from the other side, guys. Okay? I want them to see how the arm is, try the other arm, locked up underneath. There you go. Okay, again, Cecil has this arm right here. Okay, now try it the other side. Do it the other side. Boom, right there, come around. All right, let's try it the other way again. The opposite side again. No, stay where you're at. Good. All right, right here. Okay, now, notice Cecil is going to post his leg up out here. This hand is pointing the direction, the free hand is pointing the direction that the body is going to go. The free hand is going to do a sit-out right towards me here, right there. From here, the hip heights, cover over. Notice one important thing right here, right where Cecil's at. Can you zoom in underneath here? Okay, right here. Okay, right in here where I'm touching Cecil's arm, right here. Here's Bone's arm. He has never, ever let go of the move. He never let go of the arm. This locks the opposing wrestler on his back right there for at least 2 or 3 back points, or maybe even the pin. As long as you keep a good tight arm, that's what forces the move to work. Let's go over it one more time. Post, sit out, hip height, cover over, right there. There's your pin. Good job. One of the things that I would like to talk to, especially newer wrestlers about, Cease, can you come here for a minute? Sit on right next to my side here. This, guys, is an illegal headlock. There's no arm in there. Once the arm's in here, it now is not an illegal headlock. Anytime you have the head by itself, it's a dangerous move. The referee will automatically stop it right at this point. And he'll award this man 1 point for a penalty point for an illegal headlock. Okay? So make sure anytime you grab the head that you have an arm inside it. Now the part with the hip throw that I want to show you, you can get in 2 positions, and the way we're going to show you is locking underneath or locking here, right in here like this, okay? This gives you more of the illegal headlock type of a feeling, more of a power on the throat. And here, this is what gives you this position, okay? Or, again, locking it under here, okay? Now we're going to have Bones and Cecil demonstrate this move for you and exactly how it works. Cecil is going to come around with the arm, lock underneath the armpit. Let's zoom in on the armpit there. Right in here. Can you see right there in that armpit where Cecil has his hands locked? He has the head and the arm. Now what makes the hip throw work is the hip. Cecil is going to pop his hip into Bones, pulling him right over onto his back. Right here, he's covering over and goes for the pin. All right, now the other way is locking on the arm. Here, locking on the arm, popping with the hip, right here, coming around. Boom, right there, going right into the pin. Again, if you don't leave go of the hold, you can more likely come away with at least 2 back points on that. Okay, again the move. Coming around the head, locking it up, hip, boom, right here. All right, a good tight headlock, a good tight arm and head, a good tight arm and head. Whatever way you're going to grab the arm or underneath it, it has to be tight before you face that hip in. If it's not tight, if the head and arm aren't tight against your body and there's a space, you are allowing your opponent to just drop right down, go into a double leg or a single leg. And this is what happens whenever you don't get a good tight lock. You want to put a headlock on him, put her, okay? Now you have the loose one, Bones is going to slip down to the side, right here, boom. It's real simple. Okay, or he can go straight down to the side and lock up both legs. Come to the side, lock up both legs, boom, right here. Good. Always covering over. Okay, so the most important part of the hip throw is getting a good, tight arm and head lock in there. And what makes the move work is popping that hip inside. Popping the hip inside, up against his hip, and pulling him right around. Okay? On the arm drag, what makes this here move work is grabbing the same hand on the same side. Grabbing the wrist on the same side. The other hand is grabbed up in here. This is called an arm drag, by the way, so I'll just mention it this time. And all Cecil does is wants to drag that across his body right here and come in for a single or double leg, or even back heel trip on that move. Okay, grabbing the same wrist, the bicep, pulling the guy right past you. Okay, you're dragging his body right across your own body. A good little drill to do on this here is just a hand drill. Okay, and this is what's really effective. Grabbing the wrist and the arm, pulling the body. That's it, right there. Right, doing the other side. Boom, right there. Okay. Now, the more you do it, the faster you can go at it, and you can really get the kids going good. Okay. Right there. The arm drag. And it's a fun little drill, and then the other guy can change run, and then they can do it again like that. Again, what makes the arm drill work is not grabbing the elbow, but the bicep, not the elbow. Grabbing the bicep. That's what's forcing this move to work. Okay? There's two ways to control a wrestler. That's his head and his hips. Okay? By dragging Bones' body across it by the arm, he's controlling the upper torso or the head portion of the body. Okay? And then from here he can do a single leg takedown. He can just come around and break the guy down with even a simple little tackle at that point. But the arm drag is a nice little move. It's basically started teaching, most coaches start teaching it in junior high school, but you will see it at Junior Olympic State Championship matches also. There's a little boy, his name's Smith, and I believe he's from Cannonsburg area, and he can arm drag any wrestler anywhere, anytime he wants to. And it's his only takedown is the arm drag. And he does it very effectively, and it is a nice move to work. Again, the arm drag, grabbing the same side, grabbing the bicep, and dragging it across your body with the bicep. Okay? All right, now we're going to go into what we call the front headlock series. Now, the front headlock series can come out of the same type of a position as the double underhook. You can get it from being the top man as a counter towards a barrel roll. A front headlock series is a very nice defensive move. Okay, and the front headlock is real simple. Let me get Cecil over here. This hand comes underneath the chin and under the armpit here. This hand here locks in a monkey grab. A lot of coaches will teach in here. This I feel is wrong. It's too loose, too flimsy. If Cecil wants to, he can pop his head right out, right here. And that's what makes the head pop out. Once I'm in here and I lock his shoulder under, he can't pop around now. And this is all that I'm doing on the move is turning my wrist down in this type of a manner. Monkey grab, turning it under, right in here. And this is what makes the front headlock series work. Right here. Good tight, under the armpit, not way out here, okay? Not underneath the throat. A lot of little kids will want to lock it underneath the throat, under here. This is wrong. You want to lock it in the armpit area. Right out here, in the armpit area. This is where it makes it good and tight and stops the counter from coming right around. Okay? This is how the front headlock will work. Right here, lock it up, monkey. Right, turn it down. All you're doing is just pulling the kid's head in underneath your body and walking around the side. Let's do that a little bit slower, Right here, it got locked up, monkey grab, breaks it down, and he walks right around the side. Okay, you don't want to get too high on his head. Okay, keep your body back a little bit more. All right. Okay, one more time on a front headlock. All you're doing is muscling his head right underneath you, coming around. There you go. You got your back points coming up right here. Good job. Okay, now Cecil's going to go into a front headlock. And he's going to do the move we call throw by. If you get a muscle man down on a bottom, a lot of times it's really hard for them to, it's hard to break them down to their side. So if this guy's thrown down on the bottom here, Cecil can't force his head in underneath. So what he's going to do, he's going to skip around in the same direction his hands are going, And then once he gets here, he throws his hand around and comes around back. Okay? All he's doing is he's getting the head right here in this motion, and he's walking around this way, and he's going to throw it right here. Throw it and come around. Okay? Watch it one more time here. He's going to come from here. He's walking around in this direction. The same way his fingers are pointing. The same side that the headlock is on. The front headlock is on. Okay? And again, guys, don't just lock the head. You got to have the arm in here. Okay? You got to be in underneath the armpit to make it work. Wrist turned down. Here. Start walking around this side, around that side. Stop. Throw the hand. Come right around. That's where it works. Looks like it. Going to spin around. You got to really make this work. Spin, throw by, and come around. Boom. Right there. One more time, guys. Spin, 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 throw, come around. Right there. For every push, there's a pull. So if you're stopping the guy right in his motion right there on that spin, and you're throwing, his body continues to go with the throw. You're walking around this side, you throw it, you stop, and you come around the other way. Okay? And a lot of wrestlers will just follow you right around with that too. Thinking that you're going to turn them under with the front headlock or whatever. Okay? One of the moves that is really, really nice, especially with the elementary and of course junior high and high school, you'll see it more in high school because the effectiveness isn't quite taught right in the elementary program. The most important part of the duck under, and that's the move we're going to work on right now, is a lower level. In other words, lowering your hips down towards the mat. Okay, let's show Cecil right here. Cecil is in a tie-up position right here. Now all he wants to do is lower his level by his hips dropping down towards the mat. His head isn't ducking down, okay, but his hips are. Okay, it's called a lower level. And you can get a lot more pressure from a lower level move too, by the way. All right. So what makes the hip throw work, or the duck under work, is a lower level right here. Boom, and coming and stepping into it. All right. Now if we get Bones here with him, right in here, what Cecil wants to do, get on the cup like this underneath the arm. No, there you go. All right. All right. Now what Cecil wants to do right in here is grab the bicep. Okay. And he wants to jerk that straight back towards his head. Back towards his back, right here. And at the same time, let me get in here and show you, this portion of his hips is going down. His head isn't ducking down, but his hips are going down. His hips, right in here. Back again. Step back again. All right? Right in here, he's going to step, hips down. Right here. That's what forces the move to work, right here. Also, jerking the arm straight back. Not pushing it up, because if you push it up, you're forcing the guy to lock tighter on your head. So if you jerk it straight back, you're pulling his body into you. Right here, step, jerk it back, come around. Break him down. Right here. Okay? That's called a duck under. Again, that's how it looks. Jerking the arm and lowering the level at the same time. Right here, come around, boom. Okay, good. Okay, now, another move is called a lateral drop. And a lateral drop is good in heavy weights. You see it sometimes with Junior Olympics kids, but it's tying up in a lot of the elementary boys don't like to tie up. They don't like to touch each other's body real well. So this is a move that is seldom seen but works really great, especially in junior high and senior high in team moves. Whenever you get into junior high and senior high team, this move sometimes makes victories happen, and it has happened with my junior high school team many times. You get up into the heavier weights and you need a pin, and you have a good physical, strong heavyweight, somebody with great upper body strength. And it basically comes from what I call the shotgun move. putting your hand over your partner's arm and locking it underneath your armpit for a second. Okay? Grabbing over top of the arm, and you're just locking it right in here. Boom. Just like you're carrying a shotgun out in the woods. It's how you'd carry a shotgun right in here. Just locking that shotgun in tight. Grabbing the bicep. Really tight. This is what forces the move to work. A good lock in here. Now what you're going to do, just like the barrel roll, you're going up and down. You're going to lift his body up and pull down here. Okay? Now this is done from standing position. Cecil's going to lock the arm right in here. Okay? What he wants to do is get his chest good and tight. Push into the guy. Make him push back into you. Alright, from here he's going to step inside, right here, boom, and come around. Again, let's show that. What makes this work is forcing the one arm up and the other one down. Just rock his body, which direction you're going to throw. Rock his body up and down, okay? Again, rock, again, step and rock, alright? This is what works, up and down. One arm up, the other arm down, going down. You're locking it in tight again. That's what makes the effectiveness of the move. Turn sideways, guys, for a second. So they can see the effective part of Cecil's elbow locking it in. That's what's making the move work. Stepping in, boom, dropping, coming right around. This is a great, great 4 or 5 point move, to say the least. Okay? Probably one of the easiest moves to teach first-year wrestler is called the bear hug. The bear hug is, again, another move that works in high schools with heavy weights. And it's a very effective move. And if you really want to give your new wrestlers something to start out with, you want to start out with something that he can deal with, okay? A good double leg takedown, a drop step for your very first practice. For your second practice, you want to give him something a little bit more. A good hip throw or a bear hug is a great move to work at this here point. I strongly suggest that you go to the drop step before you do any takedown, because a lot of your takedowns come from drop steps, so that's really important. And it's a drill that I showed you at the beginning of the takedown portion of this tape, but it's something that you should go over and over and over again. And we do it at every practice, whether it would be with the beginners, the junior high, the senior high, whatever. It's a great drill to do. But the bear hug is a nice, easy move. All you're doing is you're locking your hands around the guy's waist. The chin portion of your body goes right into the solar plexus, or right above that area there, into the chest cavity. And all you're doing is you're hugging the man into your body. And it'll look like this here. What Cecil wants to do, he comes inside, okay, both hands are locked behind the back, right around the hips. His chin is right in the middle of the chest. Right in the middle of the chest there. And he's just going to bend the man straight backward. Boom, right here. And you can pin him from that position, by the way. You can leave your hands locked the whole way through the move and pin him. It's a good muscle man move. It's a good move to teach your newer wrestlers, and something that they can take a hold of that they have learned today at wrestling practice. Again, the hands come inside, locking up, bending them straight backwards with the chin to chest. Boom. Right here, go right into your pin. One more time. Inside, boom, right here. And notice again, that came from the lower level. The lower level. Again, all Cecil's doing is lowering his level right in here. That's the lower level where the hips go down. Bend it back, right there. In the segment here, we had first gone into the takedowns, and this here part, we're going to go into the rides, escapes, and then later on in the third portion of the tape, we're going to go into the pinning combinations. Now, Bones, can we have you up for a second here? On the wrestling mat in the center circle, we put a couple pieces of tape here to show you the two lines that are going to be in the center of the wrestling mat. In these two lines, your knees have to be at one end and your hands at the other, and you'll get in a referee's position, in a bottom position, like this. Your hands will be in front. You want to point your hands, Cecil? The hands will be in the front of the tape, palms not touching, knees behind the tape, not touching. Okay? Notice Bone's toes are bent underneath him. Can we get a zoom in on that? The reason why I stress bending the toes in underneath you, you never saw a sprinter take off with his toes bent backwards, flat in this position, or sitting back. It just isn't good technique, body technique, or good bottom position. So you always want to try and remember to bend those toes in underneath you in a sprinter's position. This is the bottom position of the referee's position, or the defensive position. The offensive position is Cecil will get behind him. His one hand will be on the elbow, and the other hand, can you get your body straight up there, Bones, to show where the, you're almost stand up, but don't get up on, there you go. The palm is on the belly button, flat, in this position. Okay, back down. And what you want to do is have your body behind the guy as much as possible, and your chin resting on his back. This is a good offensive position that Cecil's in right here. With the knee good. I like to have the foot in the back here. Okay, can we turn around a little bit, guys, facing the opposite way, so I can show from the back. Okay, right here, Cecil's knee is in the back. It's not, okay, let's have you face me now. It's not, the foot back here is not past its imaginary line. Like this tape we have here, and if we took the tape off here and put it out here, like this. Cecil is not allowed anywhere in this here past its area over in here with this foot. So I like to keep it back here with the knee cocked and the toes bent underneath him, also in the sprinter's position on the back heel. Now this is the referee's position. Okay, now let's face the camera. Let's face straight on the camera. All right, now, one of the most important moves I feel from the top position is the 2-on-1. Now, the 2-on-1 comes from a chop here at the elbow, and the hand that's underneath is just going to open up and grab it in this manner. Okay? Chop and grab. All right, let's let Cecil do it here. Chop and grab. Right here. All right, now, notice this here part right here. That Cecil didn't overlock on the arm. Okay? He didn't grab the bicep in here. Now, a lot of coaches do teach this. I think it's rather lousy because it's over top and you really don't have much control right here. But putting the arm, I talked about the rabbit going through the hole right here. Right here, you can see this here hole. All right in this area right here. This is the hole. The rabbit's going to jump right into the hole. And you want to grab him by the neck and pull it in. Now from here, what Cecil wants to do is roll his hands underneath. Get your body up again. Up. Show how you're going to roll the hands underneath. Roll it under. The reason for this is that in here, the arm can come out of only the opening on the hand. Okay? The arm can only come out of this opening right here. So if you roll this in against his stomach, he has no opening to take it out. Again, the roll under, rolling it under. Okay? Now, the most important part of this move to teach any beginner wrestler, and do it over and over and over, and get a lot of consistency in it, is a chop and a grab. Do not let your wrestler reach down inside and pull the arm up like this, because he'll try and do it in a match, and it'll never work. That, if he's used to doing that, That's the exact way you'll do it in a match. Make him chop and grab. Grab it through the hole and roll it under. Breaking him down right in here. Okay, now this is a good breakdown technique, and whenever I show you the drills later on, we do a drill from this here called cowboy. Okay, so that's the 2-on-1. That's a really, really good move in controlling or riding a wrestler is a 2-on-1. A good 2-on-1, rolling the wrist under, rolling it under up against his stomach so that he can't pull his arm up. To break the, come here, you want to sit right here in front of me, Cecil? To break the 2-on-1 from this position is to reach inside, pry one hand up and the other one down, right here. Notice right away, Cecil grabs my wrist. This is called wrist control. The only way I can come at him now is over top, and he has me blocked off. I can't do anything in here at all. All right? So that's the reason why I always say don't hook the arm in here, but come in here with it. Okay? Once he's broken the pry off, his arm comes in between mine and pries it off. Again, comes in between and pries it off, grabs the wrist, comes in here. I'm trying to come in over top right away. There's no way. And there's no way that I'm going to beat him with only one hand. Notice that part of it right there. If I'm going to beat Cecil with one hand, this hand free, no matter where I go, I'm going to beat him anyhow. Okay? And if I can beat him with one hand, he better get the pom-poms and start doing cheerleading with the girls. Okay? There's no way. So hand control is a very, very important part. Hand control in here. Okay? For the top man, hand control, roll it under. For the bottom man, pry. Get a hand control coming in here. Good elbow in here. I got to reach over. All right? Hand control. He has my hand here. Okay? I always stress that hand control means one and only one thing. It means you're free. It means he can get out at any time that he works for you. Okay? Just by controlling one hand. Hand control means you're free. So that's an important part of that. Okay? Next we're going to go into the portion I call the tight waist. A good tight waist on a ride is in here. It's tickling his belly button, okay? Over here, grabbing the hip is a good tight waist. It'll look like this. See this again? All right? If we'll pretend Cecil is down, my hand is going to come the whole way over here and hooking in this little cavity he has here. Okay, right next to his stomach. All right? This isn't a tight waist. This is a good tight waist. Coming in here. Chopping, grabbing, tight waist, riding in here. That's the way you want a good tight waist. Good tight waist works a lot of miracles. It really does. The thing I like about a good tight waist or 2-on-1 is while you're wrestling the guy, you're always forcing the air out of him during the match. 2-on-1, same way. You're forcing the air out of him. Okay? If he's carrying me to run all second period, come third period, he's going to be dead tired. He won't be able to do the same to me. Because the more he breathes, the harder he breathes, the more his body has to labor and work. So I've got him beat physically in the third period. So good tight waist, right in here, good tight waist, all the way over. Okay, a good 2-on-1. Again, don't let the guy reach in here and grab it and pull it. Chop and grab. Always chop and grab. Okay, you guys want to do that? Okay, so chop and grab again. Boom, right here. Okay, break the guy down. All right, notice Cecil has that knee up the butt. Turn all the way around, guys. And do it one time. From the back side. From here, Cecil chops, grabs, knee and butt. Right here, he's not on his knees. Cecil is not on his knees. He's on his toes. Your toes make you go, and your knees are your brakes. Okay? Your knees are your brakes, and your toes make you go. So you always want to be driving off those toes. A good tight waist. A good tight waist, you're driving the guy over right here, and you're breaking him down flat. Again, Cecil's on his toes, and his knees in a butt. good tight waist. Right here, breaking them down. Good job, guys. Okay. Now let's go into another move. Yeah, we can get rid of all that stuff here. Another move that we can get into, and that's real easy to work. You can work a drill off of this move, and it's great for teaching newer wrestlers control. It's a move that works very well in junior high and senior high, and it's a good counter to, if you get a team that likes to stand up a lot, this is a great counter to it. It's called the far leg. Now the far leg, you're coming from the referee's position, your hand's coming off the elbow onto the belly, the other hand that was on the belly comes around to the far leg. It'll look like this. Cecil's hand is on the elbow, and his other hand's on the belly button. He's going to switch his hands right here, grabbing the far leg. Now he'll pick the leg up and drive on his toes, on the toes. That's what makes this work, okay? He has 5 seconds to release that once he breaks them down. You only have 5 seconds, or it could be called for stalling. So you always want to keep that as a rule of thumb. Some referees will let you go for 10, but keep a 5-second rule, because that will make your wrestler up on top work a little bit more. Again, a nice drill, going from the arm to the leg, again, picking it up, driving them down. Boom, right there. Okay, let's turn around and so they can see the hand coming off the elbow. The opposite side, this hand that's on the elbow, is just going to be placed on a tight waist, right here. Okay, again, far leg, tight waist, pick it up, drive it down. Boom, right here. Okay, by the way, you can't keep that block too long on with your leg either. All right, blocking your far leg, okay, you can't keep it blocked too long there. Okay, now we're going to go into a move called the far arm. Now the far arm, unlike the far leg, the hand that's on the belly button stays there. The hand that's on this arm reaches under across and pulls on the guy's far arm. Okay, so let's do the far arm one time. The hand that's coming off of the elbow reaches right across here and pulls it in. Okay, now he can drive him straight over to his back, right here. All right. Notice that Cecil did not grab his wrist. He did not grab the elbow. He grabbed the bicep. The bicep is a very important part of that move, making it work. Because, again, you're rotating the shoulders. That controls the rest of the body. Okay? Reaching across, pulling, and driving him right on his back. That's the far arm. This is a very easy move to teach new wrestlers. It's a very good move that really works consistently. Okay? I have come up with a move that I call side jam it. Side jam it, I feel, is the fastest move for the offensive wrestler in the top position. The side jam it comes from jamming your knee right into the side of his knee, at the same time going for a tight waist. Okay? And the side jam it, let's do it with you real slow here, guys. Okay? The side jam it comes from the tight waist, coming all the way across. This knee over on this here part here. Okay? This knee over here is going to slide in underneath Bones' knee right here. Now he gets a 2-on-1 and covers over. Right in here. Okay? Notice right away Cecil goes for that 2-on-1. It's a really important part of keeping control of your wrestler. You want to ride him just like a horse. And that's where you get a hold of the reins, is by getting that 2-on-1. Again, side jam it. This hand comes across for a tight waist. The knee slides in underneath, chop and grab, cover over. Okay? One more time. Tight waist, jam it, let's do it one time full speed. Very, very quick move. Boom, right there, cover over. Okay, it's a move that takes probably at the most 1 second to do. From beginning to end, the side jam it breaks a sit-out, side jam it, stops a stand-up, a side jam it stops a switch. There's very few things that a side jam it won't be, unless you have the wrestler in a sitting back position. Okay, now let's go from the top position to the bottom position, your escapes. Most of your wrestling moves come from your sit out, it comes from your drop step, it comes from lower level, or your throws. From the bottom position, most of your moves come from a sit out. And a sit out is a good move, it's consistent, it's a safe move, and it's a high percentage move. A sit out is very simply done. One guy want to do it here? Okay. Cecil's down in the referee's position. He's going to raise his one knee up, slide his foot right underneath, and sit out. Notice in this here position, Bones, can you get behind him? Bones has to reach over top of the one arm, and he has to come over top of the other one if he wants to get any move. But Cecil keeps a good elbow in tight. He has the wrist control in his own right hand. Okay? So this gives Cecil back to the old adage, if I have one of your hands, how are you going to beat me with only one hand? And so that's the reason why we constantly grab. Now sit out is finished by Cecil falling right on his side. Boom, right here, kicking his leg over, coming around. Okay? Now if he did it on his own, it would look like this. Sit out, right there, come around. Alright, let's do it from the other direction so you can see, face the other way. Watch his legs watch Cecil's feet, how they slide in underneath. Right here, right there, come over, his hands come out. Always make sure on a sit out that the hands come out to the side. Okay? We always tell the kids that whenever you do something really great and fantastic, go ta-da! Okay, well that's kind of like what you want your wrestlers to do. And don't be afraid to tell them to say ta-da after they're done, that they've done something really great. You see performers doing the high wires and everything and all kinds of circus acts, and they always go ta-da, they're done. And that's the way a good sit-out is finished up with the arms coming out. You want to catch the guy's body, try and get around you. Again, the sit-out and the finish, sit-out, ta-da, right there with the arms coming out. Good, okay? Now with bones on them, it'll look like this. Sit out, turn, arms out. Notice them arms come out right away. That's a real important part. Cecil's in really good shape right here. He can go into a double leg tackle. He can come into a single leg. He can spin around. He can do a lot of things from that position. Or if nothing else, just come out with 1 point, which is really good. Okay. The next thing, and I really feel that this part of a wrestling move, the way wrestling is moving so fast, you're looking for short, effective moves. Something that you're not exerting a lot of energy, or it doesn't take a lot of time to do. And this move is just called simply a sit back. Okay, can I have you turn completely around towards the camera here? All Cecil wants to do from here, from this position, okay, is windshield wiper his legs or his feet over in this here direction. Again, windshield wiper them away. He's sitting back to where his feet were. Again, there he is now in the same position. We're back in the, just like he did a sit out, but just call it sit back. Okay, again, right where his feet were, he's going to windshield wiper him away, sit back, and now I gotta go over top, got wrist control over here. Wrist control means what? It means you're free. Okay? It'll look like this. Good, get on. Windshield wiper the feet, sit back, boom, right here. There it is. Do you want to face the camera one time and try it? Now you got to remember, by looking at it forward, the big important part is the feet windshield wipering away. Boom, right here. And sitting back to where the feet were. Okay, this forces movement. Okay, and Cecil can finish his sit out right from here. Just cut, come around. Boom, right there. Okay? Now, another move we have is called the stand-up. The stand-up, I always give it the my own personal name for it. We call it the snap, crackle, pop. And the reason why we call it that is, number one, it gives the kids something that they understand, something that they can relate to. Everybody knows that Rice Krispies goes snap, crackle, pop, and you hear it on TV at least 5 times a week. So if you relate to things that the kids know, that they can see, it helps them to understand it a little bit easier. Now the snap, crackle, pop comes from this here by the movement. Okay, Cecil, you want to get down? Okay, the first thing Cecil wants to do is snap his arm and his leg out of the way. His arm is snapping and coming out here. Notice at this here point, right here, Cecil's foot is facing in that direction. It's not going straight forward, okay? By going straight forward, he's committed to go forward, okay? Or he's committed to be broken down in that manner, okay? So if his foot's over here, if I push him, he has to keep going up, all right? The same way with him being pushed from behind. If you would get behind him and push him from back here, he can go up, okay? The foot is a very important part. Also, what I like to stress, let's go back down here again. What I like to stress is there is an imaginary string tied from Cecil's knee to his elbow. And every time the elbow goes up, the knee goes with it. Okay? In this sort of fashion, the elbow and the knee work together. The elbow goes up, the knee goes up. The elbow goes down, the knee goes down. So it has to work all is one motion. And by coming with that motion, you're coming up. Keep the head up. If the head's down, you'll go down. If the head's up, you'll come up. That's a real important part on this here stand-up, okay? Again, the snapping motion. The snap, right here, okay? Now, the part we call crackle is whenever Cecil, this foot never moves, goes into a stand-up position, and he's cracking his back by getting his hips out. This is called a crackle, okay? Now, the pop is when he steps right back through behind himself. Right there, boom. Right there, all right? Let's go through it one more time here. The snap, crackle, okay? Pop, back through, right there. Stepping right behind himself. All right, Bones, you want to get on one time? Do it on yourself. All right, now, see, so it's going snap, right here. The crackle, he's going up. The pop, he's cutting right back through. Right there. Again. The crackle part of it is what creates a space in between Cecil and Bones here. Okay? And that's a very important part, is getting those hips out. By pushing them out is how you're going to create your space where you can cut back through. Again, snap, right here, foot coming away, crackle, hips out, pop, cutting right back through, right there. Good job. Okay. One part that I've talked about over and over and over from the bottom position is hand control. Hand control is a very, very important part of the bottom wrestler, the defensive wrestler. That's a very, very important part of being down on the bottom, is getting control of that hand. If I can hold on to one of your hands, how are you going to beat me with only one hand? So that's something to always, always keep in mind. Again, another little thing you can do with grabbing the hand is a roll. Rolls are again, fantastic with the heavyweights in the high schools, and they're moves that work really great and are very simple to teach. If you come under certain restraints of understanding the way a good roll can happen. Okay? You want to get on them, son? Okay? Now, do it on the other side here. There you go. Okay. All right, now what Cecil wants to do on a good roll is first he wants to do is get good hand control, grabbing the wrist right away. What he wants to do is pull the wrist up to his chest and look at the elbow. Look right at this here elbow, right here. This wrestler, Cecil, is looking at his own elbow. He wants to see that elbow come right here on the mat, right there. Notice, let's go back up again, it's not tucked in underneath him, and he's going down on his shoulder. He doesn't want to go down on his shoulder, okay, because he's allowing bones to come with a half on a counter on here. So you don't want to do that. And many coaches and many wrestlers fail to find this restraint in this move, is the elbow. This is like a seesaw. This is what's going to tip the balance scales. Okay, right down on the elbow. Right there. Now all you have to do is hit his roll right from here. Roll right through. Hip hike and come over, or grab the wrist and the leg. You can hip hike, face him. He can go into a pinning combination here with just the arm and leg. Again, the most important part to making this roll work is pulling the wrist to your chest, looking at that elbow. Look at that elbow go down right to the mat. Boom. Now hit your roll. Right there. Grab a leg and an arm. Look for back points. Go head hunting. Okay. Cover over. Look for a pinning combination. Okay. A good roll is a very effective move. Okay. You want to do that roll one more time. Wrist up to the chest, elbow, roll. There, good night. It's all over. Okay? You can combine moves like going into a sit-out and then a roll from there. A sit-out or even a sit-back. A sit-back is a great move to come straight into the roll because you're forcing the man backwards, and then by forcing him backwards and then going forward, he wants to hurry up and catch up to you, so he's jumping over you. And whenever you hit that roll on the elbow, boom, it's all over. You want to try that sit back and then roll? Notice the feet again are going to windshield wiper on his sit back. Come right. He's forcing him to come backwards. Now he's going to hit that roll, and there it is. Good job, guys. Okay, and that part kind of concludes our offensive and defensive moves from the referee's position. Now we're going into the pinning combinations. We're going to show you half Nelsons. We're going to show you cradles and pump handles. Pump handle is another one of the Frenchy trademarks. I feel that it's a fantastic move. I really do. But over the years, I've tried to think, for coaching wrestling for 19 years now, I've thought over and over again of what different coaches have showed me, what I've been taught to do. And a lot of coaches just tell the guy to put the fingers up on the head, spread them apart, and turn his head under. Now, anybody in his own right mind would know and understand that Cecil's head and his neck muscles are a lot stronger than my fingers. So any coach that kind of is showing that the fingers are spread apart around the head like a coconut is showing the wrong thing because he's just not going to try and turn it over. Okay, so all my might I'm working, and I couldn't get the head turned under where I want to. Then I went over and I said, well, let's go into a deep half where we can punch the kid in the chest, right in here, before we go to take him over on his back. Now, I was thinking, wow, that's a great way of doing it, but it's still, you were still getting this type of emotion where the kids weren't really getting it in deep. You want it in real deep where his nose is in your armpit and you can punch him right in the middle of his solar plexus. Okay? And I was thinking over, and I've tried that over the years. The past 3 or 4 years I've been telling him, punch him in the chest, a deep half before you take him over. And still, it seemed like the kids didn't want to wake up to the fact of what a deep half is. So this year I've come up and I've developed a move that, or a technique that I feel would be a little bit easier to teach what a deep half is. and that is placing my elbow inside of Cecil's opposite ear here. By going here and putting the elbow in the ear, now taking it over. Okay? The elbow first must be in the ear. My arm is definitely stronger than his neck muscles. And there is no way, even from here, that Cecil can fight out of this ear move. There is no way. It's just as hard as he can try. Okay? He still can't get it out. And then whenever I lock it in under here, it's good night Gladys. It's the pin. Okay? So always remember getting this elbow into the opposite ear, way over here in his ear. Now put that elbow in his ear before you even take it over. Don't try and take it over here until you get him good in here. Now you can take him over for the pin. Alright? It'll look like this, guys. Bones, you want to get on? The drill is first, let me get back up a little bit, guys. The drill is first started with Cecil flat on his stomach. What Bones wants to remember to do from that side, put the elbow in this ear. Okay? The elbow must first go in the ear. Now he can take the head, turn it under, and put him away. Alright? Again, the elbow in the ear, take the ear, turn it under, and then put him away. This will lock up your pinning combination by getting a good deep path. It doesn't give Cecil the space that he needs to fight out of the move. Again, the good deep path. Turn it under, good night. Put the elbow in that ear. Alright, let's try it from the other side, guys. Alright, get over on this side. Don't get your wrestlers used to throwing halves from just one side. Let them get to the other side. Force them to work with the other hand. Okay, he has two good hands. Let him use both hands. All right, again, put the elbow in the opposite ear. Now you turn it under. That's your pinning combination right here. Okay? All right. Another important part of the move is to make sure that you get your chest on your opponent's chest and your feet spread apart and your head out, or your chin digging into his ribs or something like that. Okay? Again, the elbow goes in the opposite ear, turn him over, feet are spread apart, hips down. Right in here, you know that you have a good pinning combination. Whenever you see your wrestler, his butt cheeks are just kind of squeezing together, so to speak, to hold a good fart in. Okay? So as soon as his butt cheeks squeeze in and his hip goes down, that's where he's going to get his pin. Right in here. A good tight half, all the way around the head, punching him in the chest now is where it'll be at. And right here, there is very little chance that Cecil can even fight off his back in this position. Alright? Chest on chest, feet spread apart. Makes a good pinning combination. Okay, another one of the Frenchy trademark moves is a pump handle. And a pump handle works off the old 2-on-1 chop and grab. Chop and grab. Now, in order to make the pump handle work, this portion in here, this hole, that you're not reaching around the arm, but he's putting his arm through the hole, right through here. This is the hand that will come out for the pump handle. This hand here, that's going through that hole, is the one that'll grab it. If the other hand grabs it, you got to change your hands in midstream right through the middle of the move. And sometimes you lose the pump handle because of that. So remember to pull the hand out from the hole. Okay? Now what Cecil wants to do is break him down from here. Break him down, okay? Reach in between the legs. Let's turn around, the whole way around, guys. Okay? Right there. The whole way around, face the wall. Okay? You're going to chop and grab, get your 2-on-1, break them down. Now, if you could zoom right in here, right in between the legs. Okay, we'll get your leg up here a little bit more. Okay? Cecil is reaching in. Now that Bones' hand you can see down here. That's his hand. He's waving at you there. Okay? Cecil's going to reach in and grab the width part of the hand. Alright? And pull on it. Okay? And pick up on it a little bit. Now, right here, let's zoom back out again. Notice Cecil's chest is keeping pressure on Bones' back, keeping him down, forcing him down here. Okay? Now, here's the pump handle again, right in here. We'll move the hand out of the way. All right? Now, what Cecil wants to do, he wants to move out to the side and get a half Nelson over here on the head, elbow in the ear, and turn him over. Right there. There's your pump and a half. That's called a pump handle and a half Nelson. Let's do it facing them now. Okay? You chop and grab. Okay, break them down. Reach through the hole. Half, elbow in the ear, and pin them. Notice that elbow in the ear again. Let's back it up just a little bit, guys. Okay, right here, the elbow in the ear, pin them. Okay? He has never let go. He has never let go of the pump handle right here. The whole time, hang on that pump handle. This gives a good tight semi-cradle position. That's where the pump handle comes from. If you took the guy and his hand went between it, it's like doing a pump on a jacker, you're pumping water at the well. Okay, that's where the pump handle comes from. Again, the hand that comes out of the hole is the one that comes in here. You can have your wrestler reach up in here to get it. He can reach up and get it, locking that wrist and pulling it through. Okay? Then he wants to get out to this side over here for his pin. Or he can go into a cradle right from on this here side also. Okay? We'll go into the cradle series from the pump handle right now. Okay? Chop, grab, pump handle. Okay, Bones gets back up on his knees. Okay, Cecil right here, he has a good tight half. Okay, let's turn your body the whole way around over here. The whole way around, keep turning, right here. Cecil had the pump handle over here with this here hand, over here. He had the pump handle. Now he's going to lock behind the knee. He's locking his hands together underneath. And he's going to run them right on his back. Just turn them right on his back, right here. Okay? Feet spread apart. Okay? Hips in. As soon as that hips goes in, that's whenever the referee's going to hit that mat. Let's do it from the other side. Facing the camera. Facing the camera. So you can see the cradle over there. Drop, grab, pump handle, going into a cradle. Cradle, he's going to lock it up, and turn him over right here. There you go. A good cradle comes with the head and the rib, the head and the rib. A good cradle comes with the head in the rib. Okay? You can go over the head and underneath the leg, coming inside here. Okay, and locking it right underneath here. Can you move your arm out of the way? Yep, so you can see it. Locking my hands right in here. This is a good cradle. Locking your fingers here and coming in. Keeping that head in a rib. You keep the head buried in a rib until you have this here man on his back. Keeping the head in a rib until you have him buried on his back. Cecil? Okay? On the head and the ribs, just drive them, bulldoze them straight up. There it is. Right here, hips down, settle right into your pin. Right there. As soon as those hips go down, that's whenever the referee is going to hit the mat. Okay? You are allowed. Remember earlier, I told you, come here, see, that you weren't allowed to just lock your hands around his body whenever you're riding him. Okay, you have to have a 2-on-1. Again, a chop and a grab. Okay, you gotta have the 2-on-1, gotta have the pump handle, whatever. Okay, now I'm telling you, you can lock hands as long as it is in a pinning combination. A cradle is a pinning combination. This is a pinning combination. Right here, you got the head and you have the arm. Your head is buried in the rib until you take them over for the pin. Make sure you keep the head in the rib from that taking them over. Now, that is called an inside cradle. An outside cradle is coming over top and around the other knee. Okay, see? Undo it. Okay, coming over the head. Right here. Again, watch the position he's going in. Over the head and underneath the knee. All right, let's turn towards the camera like again. Start right there. Over. Put this arm up towards the head. Notice right in here. Can you get up a little bit? See? Cecil's going right behind the knee. Right in here. He's going over top of the head in there. And he's locking his hands in underneath here. That's where his hands are getting locked at. Right here. Now what Cecil wants to do from here is just post his leg. He can do a sit-out. Okay? He can also, well, let's go ahead and do the sit-out. Go ahead and do the sit-out. Right here. There again, your sit-out. Right there, pin. Oh, let's look here. This is the fine-tuning parts, guys. This is the fine-tuning part. Notice right here. Cecil's knee is in Bones' ribs. This knee here, right in here, right here, comes up and goes into the ribs, and Cecil hugs that cradle right into him. He's hugging it, everything right into him, into that knee. What that does, that switches the hips out of the way and forces Bones onto his back a little bit more. Again, the inside cradle, right here, hit, right there, knee and rib, and hugging everything into him. All right? Now, a lot of times, a guy will keep his head down, and you can't pick it up so that you can do the sit-up. So if you can't pick it up, what you want to do is, come here, is you want to scoop this foot right here with your knee. In other words, if I have his cradle in here, like this, all right, and I have him cradled, what I want to do is I want to get my knee, the one I would have sit out with, and just pull right on this here leg. That'll force your cradle to work. You want to try that? One time. And let's show it around the other way so that they can see you sweeping the knee. Right in here. This is the leg that Cecil was going to sit out with. All he's going to do is just lace Bones' foot, and I'll do a sit-out. Right there, and that forces it to work. Okay, that's called a foot sweep. One more time. Again, he has the cradle, does his foot sweep, and does the sit-out. Right there, knee and a rib, pulling everything into his head. Okay? One of the things that you really want to remember about turning a guy over is if Bones here was a tree, and you tried to roll that tree over, you couldn't do it because of the limbs that are in your way. But if you got an axe or a chainsaw or something, and you cut the limbs off, and you pull them together, okay, you can roll them over real easy. So that's something that you want to keep in mind, thinking about, is breaking the limbs off so that you can roll your log over. You can't roll a tree. You don't ever hear people saying a tree roll. You hear them talking about a log roll, cutting the branches down, the limbs down, okay, cutting them off or whatever, okay, and then you can roll it over. So keep that in mind while you're thinking of your pinning combinations and your bars and halves. Keep in mind about cutting the limbs off your tree. What we did here was we put some marks on the our wrestling mat area. This being 3 o'clock, the head up here by Bones' his head being 12 o'clock, the one over at the far side being 3 o'clock. And you have to imagine this here, whenever you want to work a pin with bars and wings, you don't take them at 3 o'clock or at 9 o'clock. You take them either, like our arrow has over here, towards 1 o'clock, okay, or towards me, being here at 11 o'clock. So that's something really important as a coach should constantly remind his wrestler, don't take it at 3 or 6, take it at 11 or 1. Okay? So we'll kind of demonstrate that as we go along here with our wings and bars. Okay, what Bones is doing, we already have him broken down flat on his stomach, and he's kind of getting those limbs out there of the tree. He has his limbs out here. He's protecting himself so he can't be rolled over. What Cecil wants to do is break him down, get these limbs out of the way. So what he does, he goes up for a one-on-one pry. Like this one on that one, his other hand on his other arm, grabbing the wrist, and he's just going to pry his own body forward, right here, towards the 12 o'clock position. From here, he wants to hook a wing, over top and underneath. Now, one important part of the wing that I want to, right here, here's Bones' elbow right here, okay? Cecil wants to be up on a bicep again, making a fist down underneath here, making a fist, which makes it tight, believe it or not. Once that hand is made into a fist, it really tightens up this wing right here. Over here, he's going to keep his one-on-one, and he's going to drive Bones. Can we get a back zoom on that, really back far? Further.
That's all she'll go.
Okay. We're going to drive it at this time. Remember, this is 12 o'clock. That's 1 o'clock over in that direction of our arrow. What Cecil wants to do is drive Bones' body towards the arrow, towards 1 o'clock. From here, boom, right there. Okay, that's what makes the wings and the bars work properly, is taking them in their proper position. Now, at this here point in time, again, I want to stress that a good, tight wing works really great. All right, now he's going into his one-arm pry again, going to break those arms down, get his wings. Okay, from this time, we're not going to use the clock method here, but we're going to have Cecil running his body right around in this direction. Right around here, right around the head, and going around there. Finally, at the end, he's going to do the sit-up. Do a sit-up, all right? Now, he's going to, let me move out of the way here, guys. And he's going to walk right around the front, pushing the shoulder and ear. Right here, he's going to sit up. This is what forces the pin as soon as he does the sit-up. He wants to keep his head up, out of the way, where he can watch all the parents taking his picture or whatever. Okay? But this what makes a good tight pin on these wings. This also can be done with the double wing. What we've been working so far has been a wing and a bar. Cecil can do a double wing. Right in here. Tight fit. Walk it right around the head. Get up, right here. This is tighter than tight. This is a fantastic move. It's a double wing. All right, let's go back at it again. One more time. The double wing. Walk right around the head. Sit up right here. Do the sit up, popping your head up. Okay? Good job. Okay? Let's get back into it again. Okay? Now, a nice little move that you want to show your wrestlers that is really a fun move to do and fantastic to work. And by the way, let me back up here a little bit. Let's go with a wing and a half, or better yet, a bar and a half. Let's try a bar and a half right now. Okay, Cecil can have a half or a bar over on that side, okay, or a wing over on that side, and he can come under here for a half. Put the elbow in the ear again, elbow in the ear, suck it up, and turn it over. Guys, this is a tight pin here, a wing and a half. Okay, never leaving go of that wing. It really makes that half tight. I mean, it cuts off everything. It's a great move. Now what I want to show you is getting a wing and an underhook. a wing right here, and instead of grabbing Bones' wrist, maybe Bones keeps putting it out here and won't let Cecil grab it. So Cecil can walk his fingers out, hook it here. What he wants to do, back it up again, walk his fingers out, walk your fingers out, right here. Hook it, and he wants to pull Bones' body right across his. Right here, boom. And then just smile for the camera. One more time. Swing, walk the fingers out, boom, hook, sit out, boom, right across your body, right here. Right there. This is a good type pin. Wings and bars offer really good pins. That kind of finishes our portion of the offensive and defensive moves in wrestling. Your pinning combinations, your bars, your halves, your wings. Now, these here moves can be worked in combinations any way that you could possibly imagine. And imagine some moves, too, on your own. It's always fun. These here moves can be worked at home. They can be worked in shadow wrestling, any way you'd like to. You are, as a coach, you're only limited by your own imagination. Whatever you think could work. Work on it. Try it. See if it won't work. And again, using these basic moves, these combination of the moves, the pump handle, the half. Don't just stop at doing a takedown. Go for a takedown in a pin. Go for a takedown in a cradle. You can use a cradle for a takedown. That is a real simple move. If Bones shot in and did a belly smacker and Cecil went right into a cradle from there, did a sprawl and did a cradle. That works fantastic. What you want to try and do is get the basics. And the basics comes with our last portion of this here tape, which is the drills. And we'll be going into that in just a second. Now for the part that I think out of this entire tape, the part that you're going to see in this last segment of the tape is the drills. One thing that you must always think about is that persistence overcomes resistance. In other words, if you do something over and over and over again, then it'll take out the flaws, it'll take out the problems that a young wrestler may encounter within himself. And I've designed a lot of drills and given them my own names and names that the boys can relate to, like cowboy or snap, crackle, pop, or whatever. These drills are really a very important part of wrestling and should be instituted into every practice. Maybe one practice doing the stand-up and the snap, crackle, pop. The next practice doing half crazy, or the next practice you spend time doing the sit-out, turn-in drill. And so we've come up with a lot of drills, and we're going to have Ryan Yates here helping us out with his dad and showing us how he can do the drills at home as well as at practice. And really, as a father and a coach, you can help your son a little bit better by doing these things at home. So the first we're going to start off with is the cowboy drill. And again, cowboy meaning ride the horse. The thing that we want to do is to remember to chop the arm and grab. Don't let him, back down again, don't let him reach around and pull that up. Can you reach inside there, Ryan, like you shouldn't do, how Frenchy tells you not to do, and pull the arm up? Don't let your wrestler do that, not even in a drill. Don't do it. Chop and grab. Chop and grab. Okay, now he has a 2-on-1 right in here. He's going to lace the leg in the back, and this is how he's lacing the leg. And by the way, don't let him reach back. Don't let him reach back and pick the other guy's foot. Give me your hand. Don't let him pick it up and slide his foot underneath. Don't let him do that. Make his heel sweep it up inside of the instep. This is called cowboy. And what we do is we do this here drill for 5 or 10 seconds at full speed. What Cecil's going to try and do is try and get out of it, and what Ryan wants to do is break Cecil down to the side. Okay, Ryan, you ready to break him down? Ready? Wrestle. That's it. Keep hold of it. Keep the leg raised. Keep it down. That's it. Break him down. Break him down. Break him down again. That's it. Keep down. Time right there. Good job, Ryan. All right, good job. This drill is called cowboy, and again, it's very, very effective in controlling the man. It's riding. That's what cowboy means, is to ride your opponent. Okay, the next drill that we're going to do is a snap, crackle, pop. And this is done in shadow wrestling. Okay, this is a stand-up drill. And it's done in 3 parts. Snap, crackle, pop. Right there. Good job. Let's do it all together. Ready? Snap, crackle, pop. There you go. Okay, now I'll just holler wrestle, and you do it on your own. Ready? Wrestle. Okay, do it the other hand now. Wrestle. Good. All right. Good job, Ryan. All right. The next drill we're going to do is a sit-out, turn-in drill. All right? And the sit-out is done with the knee coming off the mat a little bit, sliding the foot through, okay, on the shoulder, and kick over. Okay, now let me stress one point. Let's get back here again, Ryan. Okay, do your sit-out and stop right there. Do not let your wrestler fall back like this and try and kick over his shoulder like this. This is no good, okay? What you want to do is keep the wrestler down in here, falling straight on the shoulder and coming around. All right, want to try it again? Sit out, turn in. Ta-da. Okay, ready? Try again. Sit out, turn in. Ta-da. All right, face your dad this time. All right, we'll do it from behind. Ready? Sit out, turn in. Ta-da. Arms out. All right. Now, this here drill, as the season goes on, can be turned into a sit-out, turn in, sit-out, turn out. And what you're doing is you're forming a figure 8 by doing it. And the way you do this, and we'll do it real slow here so you can understand it. Ready? Raise your right knee, sit out, turn in, raise your left knee, sit out, turn out. All right? Ta-da, always getting them hands up. Ready? Let's try it again. First, the right knee, sit out, turn in, sit out, turn out. All right? He does it with the right knee the first time, lifting it up. And the second time he does it with the left knee turning up. Okay? And at a faster pace, it'll look like this. Ready? Wrestle. Sit out, turn in, sit out, turn out. Ta-da! Okay, let's do it several times. Just keep doing it until I say. Wrestle. It's what this drill looks like at full speed. You can get your wrestlers to do this here at home, anywhere you want to. Time? Okay, good job, Ryan. Nice one, buddy. Okay? This is the sit out, turn in, sit out, turn out. Or the figure 8 drill. Okay, the next drill we're called is half crazy. We always say that a wrestler has to be the crazy kid on the block. So what we're going to teach you, we're going to teach you how to be half crazy. And the way this is done is one wrestler is sitting, or sit on your dad's butt there, okay? Both, one leg on one side, one leg on the other. Okay, right here. Okay, what he wants to do is Cecil's going to put one arm up. Now what Ryan has to do is put a half in, get out to the side, put the elbow in the ear, Ryan. Elbow in the ear, elbow in the ear, the other ear, the elbow in the other ear. That's it, now turn it up. There you go, right there. Okay, back again. Try it again. Same way. Ready? Arm up, off to the side, elbow in the ear. Now run it over. That's it, right there. Good job. Notice whenever Ryan has his dad over on his back, his feet are spread apart and his hips are down. All right? Now this is done, it's the bottom man's prerogative of which arm he wants to stick up. One time you could put up the right arm, next time you could put up the left arm, and then maybe the left arm again, and then the right arm twice. Whatever way you want to do it, and it's all done by a whistle or on the wrestling command. Ready? Wrestle. Out to the side, elbow in the ear, run over, here it is, good. Feet spread apart, right here, hips down, right here. Good pinning combination. Chest on chest. Chest is always on the chest, feet spread apart, hips are down. Good pin. Okay, ready? Try it again. Wrestle. To the side, elbow in the ear, that's it. Right there. There's his pin. Good job, Brian. Okay, another drill that we have is a spin drill. The spin drill is great for whenever you sprawl and you want to try and come around countering a double leg or a single leg takedown, you sprawl, and you end up with a spin drill. And this way a spin drill is, they start out in a referee's position, and I'll say wrestle, and Ryan will spin around on his dad's back, all the way around, good. And he keeps doing this until, until his dad puts up one of his arms to change the direction. Once he fills that arm, he has to change direction. And change direction as soon as he fills that arm. And this helps stop counters to the spin drill and stuff like that. So it gives them a good positive motion. Another drill is a far leg drill. And we showed you the far leg earlier. And you start out with the referee's position. And all you want to remember is to get the speed of the motion, knowing right where to grab. And all Ryan's going to do is just reach his hand down to the ankle and the other one on his father's belly. As you can see underneath here, this hand here is coming from the elbow across the belly. Okay? He's coming from the elbow across the belly. Again, from the elbow across the belly, right here. The other hand going from the belly to the leg. From the belly to the leg. Right here on the ankle. Okay? From the belly to the leg. Alright? And both hands simultaneously switch from the belly and the to the leg, and from the elbow to the belly. Ready? Wrestle. Ready? Wrestle. Ready? Wrestle. Ready? Wrestle. Okay, this is for speed. That's what you want to do. Something that's going to stop a stand-up really fast. Okay, I'm going to get Cecil to do this last drill, and it's what I call a barrel roll drill. Okay, the barrel roll drill can be done with or without a partner. It's great to do it at home as a shadow wrestling move. Okay, you're grabbing the arm, and you're doing a sit-out. Right here, hip height, and cover over. Okay, again. Grabbing the arm, posting, doing a sit-out, hip height, and over. Okay, now he's going to grab the other arm. Grab the other arm, okay, post the opposite leg, sit out, hip height, and cover over. Okay, this can be done either like that or with a partner. Okay, right here, post the leg, sit, hip height, cover over. All right, now what you want to do for this for a drill, you'd like to do 5 times with the right arm and 5 times with the left arm hooked underneath you. Want to try it, left-handed? All right, here, come on. All right, try right hand. Right there, hip height, and cover over. All right, good. Well, this finishes our segment of the drills. Another drill that, if you could remember, was the drop step drill, the sprawl drill. These things are a very, very important part of wrestling. The more you do it, the better you'll be. And remember, always, persistence overcomes resistance. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our tape. We've really had a lot of fun doing it here for you, and hopefully that we've taught you something that will help you out to becoming the champion that you really want to be. Thanks. Bye-bye.